What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai with Grown Ups Gaming. And yesterday, Watch Dogs 2 came out, but it's already at the center of some controversy. For those of you who don't know what Watch Dogs 2 is, it is a open-world exploration game very similar to Grand Theft Auto or Saints Row, where you are traveling around a computer-controlled city, and using your smartphone, you hack and take control of the systems and networks in the city, causing death, destruction, and mayhem. Now, there is a story mode, obviously, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to keep this simple at death, destruction, and mayhem. One player got his copy of the game a little bit early on Saturday night due to a shipping mishap that shipped the game out a few days early. So he's been playing since. I'm not exactly sure which day this happened, but in the course of playing the game, he found something and shared something in the game that got him a temporary ban from PlayStation Network. He was playing the game, and death, destruction, mayhem blew up a gas pipe. Now, by this I assume he means the pipe that feeds gas to an entire building, which caused a pretty huge explosion and killed off a whole bunch of in-game people. I don't think they were other players. I think it was just random background people. As he's looking at the death, destruction, and mayhem, he notices that one of the female characters, or one of the female people he has killed off in the game, has a fully rendered vagina. Finding this to be interesting, he took a screenshot, or he took a in-game camera, he took a picture with it, and he shared it on PlayStation Network, which is against their terms of service, so he got himself a temporary ban for it. But, to be fair, I find it surprising. I find it surprising for a few reasons. One, I find it surprising that this actually made it past PlayStation's filters. With PlayStation having the ability to limit what you can do socially with their games, there are certain games that can't be streamed, like Until Dawn couldn't be streamed at first, although I think that was mainly due to spoilers, but you couldn't stream that game at all. You had to work around it by actually streaming through your computer. I know that I was playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse for my charity thing, and I couldn't stream onto YouTube that game. I could on Twitch, but not on YouTube, which I found a little bit weird. I know there are times where streaming will stop due to some kind of anything going on in the game that they don't want people to see, because whether it is sensitive sexually or very violent, or if it's just something that might be a spoiler, something story related, they do have the ability to block these things. So I find it surprising that PlayStation didn't prevent that kind of thing from happening, that you take a picture of something that is sexually suggestive. The other thing I find strange is that Ubisoft actually went to all the trouble to put that in there, and then came out as soon as it was found, saying, "Oh, we'll patch that out. We'll patch that out. No problem. We'll patch that out. We'll have a patch ready very soon for you." That whole thing to me feels kind of engineered, like they did that just for the publicity. They put it in there. They knew somebody at some point was going to find it, and then they just responded with, "Yeah, we'll patch it out. We'll patch it out. No problem." Very similar to, I think it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, that had the hot coffee mod, which was an extremely graphic, fully rendered sex scene that was supposed to be inaccessible. Nobody really has given an exact answer as to why it was put in the game. But as soon as it was found, Rockstar, the developers of Grand Theft Auto, pulled all of the games that had this minigame in it and re-released it without that game in there at a lower rating. Which, the fact that it's a lower rating also means that that was actually submitted to the censors, or to the ESRB. That was actually submitted in its full version. They knew that was in there, and they submitted that as the final version. But anyway, this whole thing felt a little bit engineered to me. So I do think that maybe they did that for the publicity. I could be wrong, but that's definitely how I feel about that. But I don't see an issue with this being in there, because this game is rated mature. It's 17 and up. And a little bit of sexual content in a game that's rated 17 and up is really not an issue. At least I don't think it is. Maybe some people do, but I don't see a problem, because, yeah, okay, there's graphic nudity in it, but it's not enough, I don't think, to warrant an AO, an adults only rating. And even if it was, is that 1 year really going to make that much of a difference? I don't think it will. But I don't see any issue with this, but I know a lot of people are offended by, a lot of people are really upset, which is another reason why I'm surprised Ubisoft did this. A lot of people are really upset with all the sexual content that is in games now, especially when it's something that is so blatant. And to be honest, I saw a lot of censored versions of this picture, the screenshot that they took, and I'm not going to share this because it is against YouTube's terms of service too. But I did take a look, and it is not nearly as graphic as all of the articles have led me to believe. Yes, it is a fully rendered vagina, but it is not anything that is extreme or overly graphic. It is just what it is. But like I said, I'm not going to share that, but I will explain what it actually is. But what do you think? What do you think about sexual content in games? Do you think that Ubisoft is wrong for actually putting sexual content? Because it's not just women. There are nude males in this game as well. I have seen screenshots of that too. There are men walking around completely naked on leashes. So it's not. This is not a sexist issue at all. Just to put that out there. What do you think about nudity in games? Do you think that that is a problem and it shouldn't exist, or do you think that maybe the issue here is more the fact that it was shared on a system that has no way to really age gate anything, and that is the real problem? Is that a 8-year-old kid could have seen this, and that would be a potential problem? Or do you think that maybe nudity and violence shouldn't be in games at all? Either way, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Once again, I am the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.